The Falcon Mixed Choir Shuffle, as we found some new spots this evening. Thanks for bearing with us there. Good evening and welcome to our spring choir concert here at Faribault High School. As always, we are glad that everyone is in this shared space this evening. Special welcome to our youngest musicians because, as always, no matter your age, remember you're always welcome to experience music in this space. Tonight we honor our 22 choir members from the class of 2024. You'll note that seniors are wearing a boutonniere and that seniors specifically in concert choir are wearing their robe stoles inside out. We also celebrate the work of both of our choirs throughout the 23-24 school year. Thank you, students, for the collective hours that you have dedicated to bettering your musical skills and in the process yourselves. Families, working with your students is truly the best part of my job every day, and we look forward to sharing our efforts with you this evening. As we begin with Falcon Mixed Choir, a note about this first piece, Hey Oh Nobody Home, is a 16th century carol from England. Perhaps some of you have heard the tune before. It was originally sung by carolers who would go door to door, hoping to receive food for their singing. Tonight's arrangement by Russell Robinson is written as a quote-unquote swing tune. Everyone sings the melody, different harmonies and rhythms making their way throughout the three sections of the choir within the entirety of this jazzy, traditional English folk song. This is Hey Oh Nobody Home.
Nobody home.
It is my honor this evening to recognize our Falcon Choir Award winners for both choirs. First up, Sam Martinson from Falcon Mixed Choir. This award is given to... Go ahead, that's fine. Let's celebrate, yeah. This is an award given to a student from each choir as selected by their peers. It recognizes the student that each choir believes pushes themselves every day, is a strong leader, skilled musician, a role model, and demonstrates strong character. In other words, perhaps they are the soul or the spirit of the choir. Speaking of Sam, members of Falcon Mixed Choir said that Sam brings good energy to class every day. Sam is always kind to everyone. Sam tries their hardest in class and sings out loud and proud. Sam is abundantly deserving of recognition this evening and a great representative of what our choir program is all about. Once again, congratulations, Sam. And I didn't show this, but I do have a certificate for you, too. You can get that on your way out. As I need to get back to my right script page here. Too many pages in the binder. It's a good thing tonight. Falcon Mixed Choir's final piece that you'll hear is Babe Tandaza, sung in the language of Swahili. It translates to, "We are what we are because of prayer." It is sung in connection to spiritual guidance of our ancestors without tying itself to any specific religion. It's a traditional South African folk song, a terrific learning piece as these students are learning increasingly difficult music. So enjoy Babe Tandaza. As concert choir makes their way to the stage, I just want to share, we performed the next set of 4 pieces at our Big 9 Conference Music Festival just a few weeks ago. We performed here on our home turf with the honor of our community, Faribault being able to host the 90th version of this festival. It is the oldest running music festival in the entire nation. Concert choir sang these pieces wonderfully. They really represented Faribault, our community, so well. on stage, but more importantly to me, they were incredibly kind and gracious hosts to the 2,000 students and 1,000 or so audience members who attended the festival throughout the day. We did receive multiple remarks from other directors, many of whom have been doing this for a long time, that our students were incredibly welcoming and friendly. And so that to me is the highest compliment that we could have received after hosting this year's festival. My job, by definition, is to teach music, but I do firmly believe that it is also my job to use both good people to create great music and to use good music to create great people. And I think we saw that on display a couple Fridays ago. Thank you to our students for being such fine representatives of Faribault, and thank you families as well for all that you've done and all that you continue to do to raise such wonderful human beings. This year's Big 9 Music Festival, it was truly a point of pride for Faribault and our community across southern Minnesota. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you to everybody who helped play a role in this event. Here is Concert Choir.
You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Don't give up hope.
Don't give up hope.
You're not alone.
You're not alone.
Don't you give up.
Don't you give up.
Keep moving on.
Keep moving on.
You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead. And lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Lift up your eyes.
Lift up your eyes.
Don't you despair.
Don't you despair.
Look up ahead.
Look up ahead.
The path is there.
The path is there.
You gotta put one foot in front of the other. One foot in front of the other. One foot in front of the other. One foot and lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the other. One foot in front of the other. One foot in front of the other. One foot and lead with love. I know you're scared.
I know that you're
And I'm scared too.
and I'm scared too.
But here I am.
But here I am,
Next to you.
right next to you.
You gotta put one foot in front of the other. One foot in front of the other. One foot in front of the other. One foot and lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the other. One foot in front of the other. One foot in front of the other. One foot and lead with love. And lead with love. And lead with love. And lead with love.
Students do know that I love to talk, but I'm going to keep it at a minimum as much as I possibly can tonight. However, I do want to make sure I explain our pieces that we have for you, because they all do fit together. Because we hosted Big 9 this year, I set out to arrange a set of music for Concert Choir that was all centered around the theme of home and defining what home can mean to us. Lead with Love that you just heard, great welcome into our community, reminder for us to welcome folks into our home and our hometown by leading with love. I really think we achieved that with flying colors. La Barca de Oro, which you will hear next, is a Mexican folk song about saying goodbye to our beloved as we travel across the sea, leaving home forever. Stand in that river after that serves as an invitation to then return back home and to send our troubles away. Perhaps more literally, an invitation to return to where the rivers converge, Cannon and Strait rivers here in Faribault. The last piece from our Big Nine set is There's Gonna Be a Homecoming by Kyle Peterson, and that celebrates returning to a home where we can be fully free, truly ourselves. It's a call to return to a better home that is full of wholehearted love and hope to go around. I truly believe that choir can be a place of home for all of our students. It's a place where we can all work together and create space for our musicians to thrive, for them to discover themselves, for them to create lasting friendships. And as we discussed in class, home is more than just walls, right? And I thank our students, both concert choir and Falcon Mixed Choir, for making this place, this building, home for me as well. Here is La Barca de Oro. Happy to also honor our second Falcon Choir Award winner, recognized by her classmates from concert choir for this school year, Anna Wester. Congratulations, Anna. According to her classmates, Anna is always greeting classmates in the morning and always excited to learn new music. She's always so nice, has a smile on her face and a positive attitude. Her spirits are always very high and she really energizes the whole choir. As someone else said, Anna, really embodies the soul of this choir. Congratulations, Anna.
hearts beyond every worry, dreams beyond every dread. Whoa.
Tell me, sister, tell me, brother, where does that river flow? It flows down to the great water, where soon my people will go.
Oh, time passes on down the stream. Some days are so much sweeter. Some days, some pass like a dark dream. So come
And stand in that river, current gentle and slow, send your troubles down water, down on that waterfall. Come and stand in that river, current gentle and slow, send your troubles down water, down on that waterfall.
Hi. If you don't know me, my name is Jonathan Tudewall. I've been the choir president this last year. And right now I just want to talk about my time in choir and what this group of people means to me. I know the seniors are all feeling pretty sentimental about our last concert. I joined choir my sophomore year, but most of the seniors have been in choir for a lot longer than I have, I'm pretty sure. Will you raise your hand? This is improv. Will you raise your hand if you've been here longer than sophomore year? So like freshman year, middle school? Yeah. So, he's got it too. All right. So yeah, they've been here for a long time. I still kind of feel like a newbie sometimes. I was in theater and band before I joined choir, and those things have ended already, and we've said our goodbyes for that, but tonight has definitely been the hardest to handle emotionally. I initially joined choir as a means to an end. I wanted to become a better singer for theater. That was the reason I joined. But I instantly realized that choir meant more to me than becoming a better singer. I made new friends, I reconnected with old friends, and I got to see the value in making music with my peers. I also got to learn from older, better musicians. And most importantly, I got to watch myself grow as a person and as a musician. I love choir because of how much it encourages you to grow. When you learn why these pieces are composed, like the four that are part of our Big Nine set, and you learn the stories behind the composers, you can really start to see the value in performing songs with these people in a class together. You gain a kind of emotional intelligence. Choir makes you be vulnerable around your classmates, and it might feel awkward or uncomfortable at first, but no other class allows for that kind of connection with other people. One reason that this concert means so much to the seniors is because of the theme of our set, which Mr. Beaupre described to you. It was beautifully chosen. I think he did it on purpose to make us extra sad tonight. It has been hard. They're really, really personal songs, and they represent a journey that I think we all go on at some point, which is leaving home, finding yourself, and rediscovering and redefining what your home is. And you may associate home with a house, but I think of home as people. And this is my home. This is where I come from, and myself and many of my peers are preparing to leave it this fall when we go to college. We can connect with these songs in, like I said, a deeply personal sense, and it makes it even harder to let go of this choir tonight. Singing embodies so much emotion, and that's why this concert has been the hardest for me. It's hard enough to say goodbye to a routine that I've known for 3 years, but it's even harder to say goodbye to people that I've been singing with for 3 years. I want to tell the younger students in the audience, I'm staring straight into the soul of Falcon Mixed Choir. You should never underestimate the value of a music class. No other class allows you to connect on a deeply personal level with your classmates and your friends. No other class allows you to strive for personal excellence like a music class does. When you put yourself out there by performing, you learn so much about who you are. And when you're in ensembles for several years, you get to learn from older musicians, but you also get to watch yourself become an older musician, and you get to lead by example. I think music is so important in establishing healthy behaviors, relationships, and routines. If you're thinking about joining choir or staying in choir, do it. I have that in all caps. If you're in band or orchestra and you want to sing too, do it. I've done it for 3 years and I've enjoyed it so much. Our next and last song for the Big 9 set is called There's Gonna Be a Homecoming, and it rounds off our set so well. It concludes our journey of being in choir and learning these songs with Coming Home. The song has really resonated with all of us, especially as seniors, because we got to sing it in our hometown for our last Big 9 earlier this month. And tonight we get to end our journey in FHS choir by singing a song about coming home. And I just think that's so insanely great. Before we get to homecoming, I want to take a moment to appreciate one person in particular. My junior year, we were fortunate enough to have Mr. Beaupre join us as our choir director. Mr. Beaupre encourages growth every single day. He's made all of us not only better singers, but better people. He has faithfully helped me become a better singer, but he's also done that with every person on the stage, every person in Falcon Mixed Choir. He's also the vocal director for musicals here at FHS, so if you've ever seen one, you should know that he has helped every singer on that stage sound the best that they can sound. He really gives it all. He cares about you as a musician, but he also cares about you as a person, and will always do what he can to help you. His expertise and emotional intelligence have transformed our choir in a lot of ways that we probably never thought were possible. He's a true advocate for students, and I hope he knows that I've viewed him as a mentor for the last 2 years. When I think of this choir, I think of him, and it's probably the goodbye that I've dreaded the most this year. Later in our program, he'll take time to appreciate the seniors, but right now we want to take the time to appreciate him. It's been a tradition for the seniors to get their director a gift, but this year we have a couple of things for him. We have 2 picture frames. Wow. It's not over. Hang on. Okay. So this small one is for a picture of the class that we'll get after our program's over. This big one has a little bit more of a story to it, and I did not know about it until about a month ago, and I don't know how you're going to feel about this, but
I see a lot of tallies.
yeah, he sees a lot of tallies. Since Mr. Beaupre has joined our choir in the fall of my junior year, a student who I believe wants to remain anonymous, out of the seniors has taken a tally of the shoe, of the kind of shoe that he's worn every single day. So we have sandals, we have fancy tennis shoes, other, and it even accounted for when they're subs. So whoever did this really thought it out. 4 semesters of shoe tallies. So I hope he hangs this up in his office and he thinks about us, you know, and not in a weird way. And then we have one last gift, which I think is the best one, if I do say so myself. And if you went to the band concert, you saw that we got our band director a shirt, but we also got Mr. Beaupre a shirt. And I don't know who created the term Choir Master Beaupre, but they really cooked with it. But it gets better. It gets better. On the back, every senior from concert choir signed their name. So we have this for you. So, yeah, Mr. Beaupre, thank you, and we love you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not sure what I think about the tallies, but it's pretty impressive how well it's organized. Whoever did that, really, well done. Now I'm going to feel really self-conscious about my shoe choices every day. Somebody's watching. Just as a brief note, choir master is a term, especially in Anglican churches over in Britain, for the one who leads the choirs. And we sang earlier this fall at a Cathedral of Our Merciful Savior, and they advertised me as Choir Master Beaupre, and you bet I ran with it. So, Choir Master Beaupre is very grateful to all our students, especially to our seniors. This is very kind and very special to me, so thank you. Let's let the music do the talking now. There's going to be a homecoming. So high schools across the country honor their top choir students with the, as you saw on the board earlier, the National School Choral Award. It is the pinnacle of achievement in a high school choir program, and the award recognizes the dedication, character, and musical achievements for the top choral students. The award is a nationwide symbol of excellence in choral music achievement. There are so many deserving of this award, but it is not possible to make a case against this musician and this year's choir president. It's my honor to present the National School Choral Award for the Faribault High School class of 2024 to Jonathan Tudewald.
You should hold it. Yeah, you earned
it. The plaque that you see here, that is on display in our music hallway each and every day in our choir display case. And then there's a trophy for Johnny to celebrate those accomplishments and take with him this evening. Johnny's dedication to his music achievements is certainly noteworthy. I have personally witnessed in our 2 years together the high standards that he sets for himself. As he prepared himself for solo ensemble and his role in the musical, Johnny was an admirably frequent flyer to the choir room for lessons. I personally witnessed Johnny's dedication and the growth he makes between those lessons too, practicing routinely in a way that would make any music instructor glow. Just as importantly, if not more, Johnny is an example of dedication to character and to leadership. Johnny serves as an ambassador for our choirs. He holds our choir accountable and leads with a very nonchalant sense of humor. As our choir students can attest to, Johnny also possesses a marvelous ability to hype us up before performances. Can I get an amen? His impact on the choir program is notable, especially considering that he splits his time between choir and band on an every other day basis. I did not pay him for those kind words earlier about choir, music, or myself, but I think that really speaks to the maturity and the dedication that Johnny has to this program. And it has been remarkable to watch Johnny and to work with you these last 2 years. Johnny is truly a fine example of the leadership and the drive that music and the arts coincide with. Congratulations to Johnny on this top honor. You step out. You step out. You step out. Good to go. I now invite to the stage all of our seniors from both Falcon Mixed Choir and Concert Choir. We are so proud to recognize this group tonight, very thankful to have this opportunity to. The group of seniors that stands in front of you is truly a wonderful model of leadership to me through example. Are we scooting? I'll wait till we're done scooting. I want to make sure you hear my words here. Okay, there we go. All right, so they truly are a wonderful model of leadership through example. They are devoted to music, and many of them both visual and performing arts more broadly as well, which is so good for them. They're a steady presence in their ensembles every day, showcasing their talents and carrying themselves very humbly each and every day. There are so many talents and skills and passions in this group, and yet they don't overinflate themselves, and they unite themselves in a music ensemble harmoniously. Dad joke intended. They are a gentle, charismatic group of students that were eager to draw others in, both to choir and then into our music itself. Seniors, your graceful leadership will certainly be missed next year, but you are abundantly ready for your next steps, and I'm really excited to see how you positively impact not just our community, but our entire world. Would you please join me in congratulating the choir class of 2024. This is somewhat of a now tradition for our choir program to close the year with The Road Home. I invite Concert Choir back up to the risers.
Tell me where is the road I can call.
years old.